Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This week I thought I would do something kind of different. I mean, every week I'm saying that in my videos, right?
I thought we'd do something a little different this week.
Well, every week is something different on Destiny's channel. I tend to make like a couple of metaphorical GTA music videos. It's kind of hard to express really what you're trying to say in videos. I try to do, you know, like that whole visual representation of, you know, things that people can relate to. You know, instead of just kind of guess what I was trying to say in the video, I thought I would use this video to kind of break all of the videos down and kind of give a little explanation of how or what I was trying to explain. I guess the first one that I'll start off with is the very first Notice Me. Okay, so at the beginning of this video, there's some people that actually did say it in the comment section where they're like, I kind of like the second half better. And I'm like, yeah, me too, because the second half is, you know, almost clearly explaining what I was trying to convey in this video. The two main characters in this part, in the first part, they're sort of exchanging glances every now and then, but that gets lost in translation. So pretty much she's kind of like admiring him from a distance. Wow, I really didn't like, now that I'm looking at this, I really didn't convey what the heck I was trying to say. Yeah, and she's like sitting on the couch, still admiring him from the distance, and doesn't really ever talk to him or anything like that. So she's losing out on, you know, getting to know somebody.
Wow, that was a really fast video that did not last long.
Okay, on to the next one, because I did not cringe. Very cringe. So the next video, this one's titled You and I. Okay, so it's my character. It's supposed to symbolize like how we wake up in the morning and we're having those bad days, or even if you're somebody who lives with any kind of mental illness. This is symbolizing how we wake up in the morning and we don't see ourselves. And when we wake up and we look in the mirror, we see this trapped person in the inside who's calling out for help. So I used that little bag that goes over their head that says help me, and it's supposed to symbolize internalizing those negative emotions where you're just kind of like, you're literally screaming out for help and you're like, I need help. I need somebody to talk to. I need somebody to care about me, and nobody hears it. That's the whole point of my character having a mask. I always used to tell people that I would wear the balaclava because it symbolizes my idea of getting to know people for who they really are on the inside. Don't judge them for their looks. Looks fade. Looks change with time. What is true and what stays forever is our soul. You know, get to know me for who I am and who my soul is. Okay, so right here, she looks into the alleyway. She sees, you know, a man dressed in white. Again, it could be anybody, anything, a situation, but of course it's GTA, so we have to get creative with these things. Again, later on in the day when she's walking around, she sees him and notices that he's, you know, in pain. What this represents, him with his help me bag and this nice filter, is supposed to represent how they can see each other, like internally. They can see who they are and how they're both in pain. Yes, on the outside we look normal. Yes, it's one thing to go through your problems by yourself, but when you have somebody there who understands and who's helping you and you helping them, that problem then becomes something much more manageable and it doesn't seem so overwhelming. Okay, so this part where they see the car, this vehicle is supposed to represent issues. At this point, they're both getting out weapons. Weapons could be anything. It doesn't necessarily mean,
hey, let's get some weapons and go beat the shit out of the car so, you know, we can solve our problems.
That's not what it means. It means more so like, let's conquer these issues together. Like, you don't have to face these problems by yourself. You can, when you find somebody who's there to support you, it becomes that much more awesome to conquer your fears or problems. So pretty much she saw him and she decided, you know what, I'm gonna come help you out. So in helping him, she's helping herself. and they solve their problems together. The next one is Introspective Pursuit. But man, I don't know what it was with this day of filming, but the sunset, the sunrise, everything was literally on point. It was beautiful that day. She's pretty much wandering around by herself, which is supposed to symbolize her searching for who she really is. You'll notice that in some of my videos, I tend to use that pier or, bridge. If some of y'all are familiar with tarot, the bridge usually symbolizes a state of transition, or you overcoming something and going to a certain destination. It's her going through a transition to find herself. It's discovering who you are while also learning to admire all that is beautiful around you. Sometimes a person can put their all into a relationship and then their other half doesn't meet them halfway. One person is putting more of everything into a relationship, more love, more time, more attention, and eventually you get drained when you're doing something like that. You don't have that other person there for support. You don't have that other person, pretty much recharging your batteries. You do everything in your will to recharge their batteries, enrich their life, support them in everything that they do. But when you don't have the same amount back, or you don't have the same thing back, it's draining. When you finally come back down from your high and you look around and you're like, whoa, where's my partner at? He or she is gone. So it's pretty much signifying that he's too late. People don't, yes, they say, oh,
if you love me, I'll stay.
Yeah, but that's not fair to that other individual themselves. Everybody needs some sort of recharging. Everybody needs to feel like they're being encouraged and supported. But when you're, let's say, in an abusive relationship, an abusive relationship doesn't have to only signify something that is violent or physically abusive. It could also be verbally and emotional. Him standing in the rain and stuff, that's kind of him introspecting now on himself and his own actions. It doesn't necessarily mean he's the bad guy. Everybody is learning from their mistakes, their own doings. It's all about finding yourself, who you are, what you're consciously spending your time doing, and what you're spending your time thinking about. Okay, so this next one is called Antipathetic Symbiosis. So again, it's a lot of my videos are about finding who you are, whether that's in an abusive situation or an environment, anything. Even if you are the negative person who's doing bad, it's about recognizing those negative feelings and those negative actions and consciously trying to change them to make something better. Pretty much everybody, this is showing the the serious relationship between everybody in the video. They're all connected through either corruptness, criminal activity, money, wealth, anything really, and how they're all driven by one of these pleasures. Pretty much with her watching them drive away like that, that's supposed to symbolize how you can sometimes be in situations that you're not entirely comfortable with. Then when it switches over to her riding her bike, this is pretty much her in the raw. This is who she really is outside of that business. So she sees this group of people. It's supposed to be a symbol of finding people that you can click with. It's all about lifting people up, not dragging them down. Okay, last one. I have 5 in total. So I made a Notice Me Part 2 because I really liked the concept that I was trying to go with in Part 1. So now that you know what 2 years have passed by of me messing around with Rockstar Editor and stuff, I thought, you know what? I can totally come up with a much more concise version of that first one. It's almost like they already had some sort of relationship in the past. I don't want to say like an intimate physical relationship or anything, but just something there. As you can see throughout the video, he does like to have fun and he does like to entertain his senses with these substances. She enters the nightclub and she's looking around for him already. Like she's looking for somebody, and as soon as she goes upstairs, she sees him, dancing around with another female. We've all been in that situation where we're looking at somebody that we admire and we're watching them thrive with other people or in other situations. It doesn't always have to be something intimate. It could be anything. Say you were too afraid to take a job offer and you're seeing other people take that job offer and they're thriving, and you're just like,
Well, shit, that could have been me.
you have to pretty much sit with that decision, and it sucks. She's watching him thrive with all of these other females. They don't have to be females. They could be different situations. They could represent jobs. They could represent trips or opportunities that you didn't take. It doesn't always have to be a love connection. The girl in the blue just kind of butting in. That's another representation of you allowing other things, like other factors, to come in and sway your decision on taking these opportunities. Because she's too shy or too afraid to take a chance, she has to watch him have fun and live his extra life with all of these other people. She's too afraid to take that opportunity, and it sucks when you don't take it, because you just have to sit there and watch. Now here she's coming out and she sees him leaving with, you know, all of these peeps, and she's looking at him like,
Well, damn, you know, instead of all of those girls
getting into his car, you know, it could have been me. I could have been the special lady going and leaving with him, but instead I'm here left in the rain. So here at the end, it kind of made my heart like quench how I got him into passive. Her walking under the bridge is her transitioning to a new part of her life. Like right here where she's looking at him in passive mode. The reason why I had him in passive mode was because, say when those choices that we made are long gone, we tend to sit here and reflect back on how we didn't take those choices. In some other reality, he could have been here enjoying all of these things with her, but she didn't take that step. Sometimes it's out of your control, you know, maybe he wasn't digging her. She's, you know, beating herself up over it, and it could have been him. It goes both ways, but you will never know if you could have had that opportunity if you didn't try to take it. Her kind of looking at him and imagining him looking back at her in passive mode, and then when it finally turns around and he's just completely gone, you know, it's showing what the actual reality is. That's a sad one. That's all 5 of my GTA music videos. So if y'all liked it and this is something that you kind of want to see more of, then let me know down in the description box. Tell me what you thought, or what you saw, or what you took from the video. But yeah, if y'all really liked what y'all saw, then don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, and I'll see y'all next time.